Okay, this is my Healthy Living Plan project. So, the first slide shows safe schools. Safe schools is a very important part of a healthy life plan. You can't really just eat healthy or exercise. You actually have to keep yourself mentally healthy as well, so not just physically healthy. One way to keep yourself and others mentally healthy is prevent bullying. Although there's not really one way that you can prevent bullying or stop bullying altogether, there are definitely ways that you could help. One way is to stop bullying when you witness it, whether it's just a rude remark to somebody or somebody like full-on fighting. You can just help somebody by just intervening or telling an adult or just, stopping them physically. Although these actions may seem small, they may be a big help to somebody who needs it. So moving on to drugs and alcohol. So did you know that among the surveyed Canadian teens, 15 years and older, the percentage of alcohol use has been around the 78% mark for a few years now? And to me, it is actually really scary to think that kids these days start drinking at the ages 12 or 13, and such a large percentage of kids start drinking so young, and the percentage of kids that drink young is significantly less than the kids that drink, 15 and older. And I just think it's really unsettling to think that kids are drinking at all. Like I mentioned, there are really good programs to help kids, such as Kids Help Phone or Sassy, and they don't necessarily go around promoting non-alcohol. Like, they don't promote you not to do alcohol. What they're there for is for you, like, to answer questions for people who have them. So, of course, it is important to educate kids about the negative effects of drugs and alcohol, but this may not necessarily prevent them from experimenting. And the reason I think these programs are so great is because they come in when the teens have questions and they help answer these questions. So how do I take care of my friend if she's drunk, or I'm feeling peer pressured into drinking, what should I do? And what are the effects of certain drugs, blah, 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 certain things like that your typical school class may not teach you. And these programs make kids feel comfortable, which helps them talk to these people more. They're not necessarily going to go ask their teachers or principal or whatever about drugs and alcohol, but at least they have somebody to ask. Most of these workers actually know how to deal with teens and how to speak to them on a personal level, and this makes them feel comfortable, and it allows them it gives them the opportunity to ask when they have the questions. And it is really important to make teens feel comfortable, because that's when they will actually listen to you, especially in a situation that has to do with drugs and alcohol. Teenagers will definitely go to people they trust over, just any adult. So moving on to STIs, we learned that in this chapter, STIs are most commonly found in youths, and this was something that I hadn't known. I thought they were definitely going to be most commonly found in adults due to, more sexual activity, but it is extreme. So, I think it's really important to educate people when they're young about STIs and how they could be transferred, due to this fact that, they're most commonly found in youths. This prepares them for when they're in a situation themselves, as well as prevent them from receiving STIs. Many people aren't exposed to this kind of knowledge and information that they need to prevent these certain infections. For example, like how to put a condom, when to get checked out, when is it a good time to have sex. These things can be very easily learned, but, they're not always readily available. Because I have been educated about the seriousness of STIs and how easily they could be prevented, when I'm in a situation in the future, I will choose to take the necessary steps to keep my body healthy, whether it's just remembering to use a condom or having both me and my checked up before I decide I'm ready to move on in the relationship. I definitely will take the necessary steps to prevent a far greater problem. So, here's just a picture showing you, what's high risk, low risk, and safe when it comes to STIs. So healthy living. Healthy living requires a lot of dedication and hard work, but it doesn't have to. You can just start off small, like cutting a certain unhealthy item out of your diet, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. I myself am a really lazy person. Other than playing, activity like team sports with my friends, I rarely work out by myself. I just feel like I don't have enough motivation to do so. What I've learned is just take small steps and just do little things that kind of add up. So now I take the stairs instead of, taking elevators, escalators whenever I can. I try to walk instead of driving or transit as long as the distance is walkable. I also have cut out pop from my diet, and, it's just little things like that. Oops. So I feel like these things, if I do them every day, they accumulate over time, and my stamina and muscles have, increased. This combined with cutting certain items of food on my diet, such as pop, and adding in freshly home blended juices and other healthier kind of alternatives. I feel more energetic. I feel better just overall. You really feel the results. I feel like when I start eating a lot of junk food now, I feel groggy. I feel just really uncomfortable with my body, and that's when I know that I'm leading a really healthy life. So in conclusion, there are many things that can contribute to, a healthy lifestyle. The general idea is much broader than just nutrition and exercise. There are other things you need to consider: your mental health, your motivation, prevention from STIs, drugs and alcohol, and your overall kind of outlook on life. These are all things that are considered healthy when it comes to your life. Whether you take a walk instead of driving, or stop eating candy, or something just as simple as using a condom, I think everybody needs to be taking baby steps to achieve the ultimate goal of living healthily. So that's my Unit 2 presentation. I'll put the link as well on this page, but this is just a video showing you, my project. And yeah, thank you.